Alright, hello Ravioli heads. I'm playing Soulframe, the new game by Digital Extremes. You might know them from Warframe, another frame-based game. I randomly got into the beta, like, I don't know, 2 days ago. I didn't even realize because it was in my junk email. And, I'm a big Warframe fan, so why not? I don't really know what's going on. I've played like maybe 2 hours. Um, it has some nice like opening cinematic stuff. They
Lord
sing like a
Sino,
little song.
the great stag will be yours come moonrise. You may send your collector.
That lady's hunting a stag, I think. I don't really know any of the story. There seems to be like some evil sky people that are shooting goo at the world or something, and they hate animals. And then I don't hate animals, and I have a blue arm and a bow. It took me an hour and a half to figure out I had a bow. Um, you have access to a weird water dimension. That's pretty cool. You know, if I had to compare it to Warframe, I'd say that's probably like your orbiter. Except, I don't have nothing in there. There's a guy with a baby on his shoulder that tells me lore. That chat down there is really distracting. Can I just... Can I not see that? I don't know if there's any way to not see that chat. Um, I've been in one of these things before. It
A
seems
relic
to
of
be like
pre-Olden
a
wars.
dungeon.
The Fire King, Fenjodar, built this place.
I was
The
probably supposed to do this quest
Undercity of
before I did that
Termak.
dungeon. That's the guy with the baby on his shoulder. I could have assumed I have to go into the building. Um, this game is like big on little destructibles, I think. And you get like, I don't know, a gold doubloon every one in like 5 barrels.
The old traps, sharp as ever.
Oh, this is the whole combat tutorial. I did a lot of combat before he now. Like I'm already, I don't know, like level 10 or something. I kind of just like pressed buttons until things worked. I was wondering why there was no combat tutorial. Turns out, I'm just stupid. But what else is new, huh? I tend, once a game is like, follow the yellow brick road, I tend to just go, no, and go off like somewhere random, which is exactly what I did in this game, and that's why I missed the story and the tutorial and everything, but now you get to see it, I guess. For all the, like 2 people that watch this, if that. Yeah, you're gonna have to, you know, bear with me as I break every breakable, because that is seemingly the only way to get materials, I think. I know it's probably not like that interesting, but it is kinda fun. I wish it was like Dark Souls where I could just, like roll through them and they shatter into a billion splinters and go everywhere. think my favorite thing about this game so far is just you can throw your sword. I forget what, I think it was, I want to say like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood maybe, where they decided throwing your weapon was going to be a big new gameplay element. And I played through most of that game by just throwing my sword at people. Because it's just fun. Whoa! Oh, here's my cat under my computer again. It's like she knows. Oh my god. Oh. You press Alt for the bow. I randomly decided to press my mouse 4 button one day. Man, the tutorial's awesome. Really teaches me things. Really tutorializes the game. As far as I can tell, I don't know if every class is like, wow, you know, like Warframe, it's not really a class. I wonder if every frame has like a bow. Because I only have tried the one I have access to. I think I have access to another, but I haven't tested it. I think there's the spooky child's laughter. I think you can kind of switch on the fly. Yeah, I've discovered a fragment of the Great Helm of Morn. No big deal or nothing. I assume that's like you have to get all the fragments and then you go to someone and they'll make you the helmet. Is my assumption. So you can press tab at any time. Maybe just not in combat. And just go to this dimension. And here's your pot of blinding stew. Your perpetual blinding stew. There's a lot of menus. I think this is like skills for your weapons. And I think these are the different frames maybe? I don't know. I assume that because I don't know what else it would be. Look, now I have lightning coming off of me. Oh, look at that. It's not always a bow. Now it's an orb. That's very interesting. I am gonna go back to the bow though. Back to the Fae class. Why? Just because. I think the abilities for the Fae, I don't have the third one unlocked because I am a bit of a scrub. And I've only played like 2 hours. The first one, you shoot out a little arrow that turns someone to stone, which is cool. And then the second ability is you shoot someone with an arrow, and then like a billion birds come out and just start pecking them. Which seems ridiculous. And then I can also just shoot the bow, like a bow. Okay. F that barrel, I guess. I'm lost. These tunnels were made by a madman.
Synod's collector is dispatched. Scour every yard of that tomb and prepare for him a tribute.
Some doors you can open,
Histories must
some doors,
burn, or
you guessed
more
it, you can't
ghouls will
open.
come.
I found a lot of doors, you press the button to open them, and then they simply don't open. And you have to, like, hit them again for them to open. I'm assuming that because this is, like, a closed beta, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's an alpha. I'd assume it's a beta. There's probably, like, a lot of little bugs and stuff right now. I really love throwing the sword. Until I miss. Owie. Ow. I really like punching people too. I think it's really funny. Ooh. Little ragdolls. Whoa. Whoa. I don't think their legs are connected to their body. I think it's just like an invisible little belt. You can press H to heal. That's like a little weird thing. Definitely going for more RPG than like Warframe. Makes sense. As far as I know, you just hit these little things and they drop treasures. Treasures that I know not which with what I do. Whoa. Here's the bow. And by bow I mean the stone shot. Feels kind of OP. If you hit them once, they come out of it. But hey, you can freeze someone in combat. Or just get like one free hit. I hear him. I just don't care. How come he's allowed to cuss, but I'm not? It said press F. Ah, okay. I had to be an awkward distance away. Can't go in there. I have no earthly clue where that Creaturezoid was talking to me from. I have a bad habit of,
There's an old ancient belief that waterfalls signify abundance. Dead, and still my bladder haunts.
Ah ha ha ha. What a little weirdo. I have a bad habit of only playing games with half my headphones on. I don't know if I'm just worried that someone's gonna sneak up behind me and like break my neck, but I only ever have my headphones on my left ear. I've tried to break the habit. I've tried to put my full headphones on. I'd get too anxious. So, a lot of the times in games with like directional audio, I just miss stuff because I can't hear out of my right ear. Effectively half deaf. Ow. I love Mio, but it burns all the little cracks on my lips. I missed. Alright. Oh, there we go. I got it on the return. I don't even know. I have 5 of 4 fragments now. That's gonna be able to make something big. Ow. Can I throw my sword at this? I'm collecting all this stuff and I have no clue what to use it for. Like, obviously, I'm not, I don't know, a fool. Especially, like, I can see in the chat people are talking about some sort of blacksmith. But, I don't know when I get that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's during this quest, but I'm too busy collecting, everything not nailed down to the floor. Pilfering, every good I could possibly find. Picking up mushrooms and berries galore. See, look at this. The door is like weirdly stuck, and then I hit it, and it opens. And you know how long that took me to figure out? Probably like an hour and a half, the same amount as the bow. I think sometimes there's like hidden rooms. I did find one time there was like a treasure chest behind some boxes and a wall. Like, I mean, this is kind of like a hidden room, right? The Blazing Placard. What's a placard? Is that like ye old medieval Schurtenstein? Schurtenhausen? Oh hey, look, I looked through that window. I thought you couldn't get in here, but I was just a fool. I'm lost again. I swear I just heard like a crocodile. All these treasure. This is the most treasure chests I've ever seen in this game. In my 2 hours of playing this game, there's simply too many floating things. Like, how much do I really care? Like this one, I'll get obviously, but that one I'd have to go all the way back down, and that seems like kind of more effort than I'm willing to put in. I guess I could get this one, it's just right here. There is fall damage in this game, in case you're wondering, like I did. I fell off of something, and the second my ankles touched the ground, my knees popped out of my body, killing me instantaneously. What beautiful freaking music. I feel like a good test is the bird test, because you're supposed to follow the bird. So wherever the bird goes, that's the way to go. That means this way is loot, surely. Unless this is where I was already, and I am just a fool. Every box and barrel in this game seems to be filled to the brim with apples. Oh. I didn't know what that was. I think if you hold F on those, it brings you back to the start of the dungeon. Like it's a little portal. I like apples, but I think they're too hard for me. I don't want to sound like an old man or something, but man, like apples is really they're just too hard. It hurt my gums and my teeth. Now is that because I have gingivitis? Possibly. I feel like I also have bad memories of biting into an apple and it just like ripping my teeth out. Like, I know that probably isn't supposed to happen. Well, it also hasn't happened since I was a kid. But even that's too much. What is this? I just played Rivers of Dendria. Okay. I don't know. I saw this and thought maybe I'm supposed to do something with it. Maybe I am, maybe I isn't. Alright, that's enough. I don't want to get these because I'd have to go all the way down, and that's just like, that's too much, man. I want to go over there though. I love that snap sound. I just love snapping. My bird goes directly here. Interesting. Interesting. Reclaim from Ode, the Totem Ode. Oh, maybe I'm supposed to go down there into that door. I want to jump over this little broken bridge, because that seems like an epic thing to do. That didn't even like do anything. That just exploded. I bet all the stuff went all the way down there. Whoa. Some sort of cave. I don't know why, but like seeing this reminds me of like Dragon's Dogma. In Dragon's Dogma 2, there was like a bunch of weird like half entrances that just led nowhere. Really had people speculating for a little bit that like maybe those were areas for like a DLC or something. Oh! I killed that guy. This guy was here the whole time.
Choke me with sludge. The cans are everywhere, huh? I was gonna show you the vault, but I'm good here. Just up ahead and left. You can't miss it. Let's see.
Disgusting. Cover your mouth.
Or was it right?
I don't like. Well, I don't. It's not that I hate him specifically. I just. Well, I don't want to sound like a racist, I guess. But he looks like a big sentient, like pea man, and I don't mean like pea as in urine. I mean pea as in the vegetable. Like he looks like a pea gained sentience and then sapience, and I guess grew arms and legs and a mouth and eyes and all the other things, but still is like 80% pea. Once again, the vegetable. Can I climb this ladder? Okay. Ooh, a miniature treasure chest. What is this? I reclaim from Ode the Totem Ode.
Let your familiar be our guide.
What is a bicameral?
I suppose, little genius, in a way, you are.
Because I see the word bicameral, and my, I don't know, focus goes to the word camel. Is he like, you know, taken from, what is it? I don't want to say root word, but bi, so two. He's two camerals.
A disruption in the lay. All
I just
your
now
kind
remembered or recognized,
wonders
what is happening?
There's gruel among you. So I know it will have me sky-wheeled if his tribute is lightened. Find the gruel and send them back to the fires of Kar.
Sorry, I also just recognized the word camel is not in that guy's name. I was too busy thinking about the word camel and how cameral doesn't have the word camel in it to know what was going on. I don't really know why I set on fire. Also, it's kind of distracting. Oh. Did that do anything? I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna be honest with everyone. Whoa, whoa. That was easy. Sorry, I keep seeing this like little flame painting on the wall and thinking like I'm supposed to throw my big fiery sword at it, but that is obviously not it. What was I talking about before? Something about camels. Palladium, that's a real thing. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. It's really distracting that I guess the main, I don't know, race, planet, people, nation, whatever it is called Gruul, because all that makes me think is the Red-Green Guild from Magic the Gathering. Which they're like, you know, they're cool. I like the Gruul. I see these little things everywhere. These look like ancient, like, fertility idols. Like, have you ever seen that guy? Oh, I don't even know if it was a fertility idol, but he's like in every Persona game and every, like, Shin Megami Tensei game. He has, like, the big eyes, and he's, like, he looks like a little alien or, like, a little robot. You guys know the one I'm talking about. I don't remember his name or nothing, but... Oh.
To feel the flames of Mora too. Her arms entwined in sapient blue. But I cannot.
I have no earthly idea what that was. My ancestor has passed into nightfall. Okay. Is this a catapult? Why is there a catapult down here?
Fascinating. The soul severed, separate, anew. Now to find the aforementioned secret glade.
This guy...
Yes.
Yeah.
I know it's not a real word.
The little baby on his shoulder whispers to him. I love that. He's like if Leonardo da Vinci had a baby grafted onto his shoulder that told him all the secrets of the world. Oh! This has to be so annoying, just getting a sword thrown at you over and over. What a prick. I can say that because that's not a cuss. Got him. He didn't expect me to just hit him randomly. Yeah, that first dungeon I ever did, I came out of it and was just in a camp filled to the brim alley with like level 25 guys, and I was like level 3. I don't think that should be a kick. Just saying, I think that should be a running haymaker punch. I don't know if Digital Extremes is gonna listen to this, but change the running kick into a running haymaker. That's the bird move, by the way. The bird move kind of goes hard. I mean, look, I certainly wouldn't want to fight like 30 crows. There's a reason a group of crows is called a murder. As far as I can tell, the things in the bottom right are like your abilities, but the little circle in the middle is like ammo for whatever. I've been working all this out myself, so it's like kind of hard to know if I'm right or if I'm just like gravely mistaken. Was I supposed to do this? Well, I'm doing it now, I guess. This thing's heavy AF, which stands for as frick, because I'm not cussing. Oh! I'm glad I randomly decided to roll. The vibes were off, you know? That was textbook. Also, I'm sorry if when I yell, it blows your eardrums out and destroys you in mind, body, and soul. One of the worst times ever, I was playing Resident Evil, and I was in a Discord call with a friend, and Nemesis just bust through a wall while I was like mid-story, and it scared me so hard I like actually screamed. I had to like pause the game because I like jumped in terror. I mean, it really must suck to be turned to stone and just watch as a guy charges a sword up and hits you in the head. Oh, there's another one. I mean, you might as well. That killed me. I have a bad habit of not knowing how much health I'm at. My fault. But it's just pretty common. So this game also has like stealth. You can just like hold crouch and sneak up behind someone and backstab them, but I tend to just throw my sword at people instead, because it seems... It's obviously not as stealthy, but it is funnier. This bird is the real, like, protagonist.
I am true Valkane, not Kane, my father's father. Not the greatest steel singer in all the world, but the worst who ever lived.
I mean, you have to be better than me.
Share not your
So you can't be the
envoy
worst.
heart with me.
She tells you not to share your heart
I
and
am
then
the
puts
glove
out our
of
hand.
thumbs, the blight of ingot, the
the-
waste of coal.
What does the glove of thumbs mean? The glove of thumbs. So I think I've added at least 2 more ancestors into my Nightfold. Fragment discovered. Vasp IV. I don't know what that means. Solos 1 is my sword. So that leveled up. Hello. Oh look. Okay.
I need an eyes to recognize another penitent of
Okay.
ashen allies.
It just gives
My
it
torch
3 extra
is
damage.
yours.
+1 courage. This is a toad. A greedy toad. I don't know where I've gotten these. I don't know. Where? Look at these little guys. They're awesome. I love these things. They are great. Anytime I see the word moat, I think of this old book I read with some friends back in the day. Filled with, like, I think witches spells. And one of the, like, at least in the book we were reading, the main thing, the main spell always ended in so mote it be. So anytime I see the word moat, I think so mote it be. So mote it be. What do you guys think is heavier, the anvil or the big spinning wheel? Because they both kind of seem like they suck.
So death breaks not my bind to bellows. Find you fragments slain by time, and I will try to see them whole.
Okay.
But no, I never wore Kane's moonsteel helm, and never will I deserve to.
Why would you want to wear that? That looks miserable. I can make the Vasp IV. It's a halberd. Alright. Joinery. +1 damage, +2 damage, +3 damage. This just is nothing, I guess. I'll just use the basic Andy, I guess. It's attuned to courage. The cowardly dog.
All I have said.
I mean, I should have
yet you
known.
hold me still.
It is a digital extremes game.
Be my vessel then, envoy. Let us fail together.
It's a cool helmet. I mean, it's only 5 hours. That is one of
Soon you'll see my pittance worth. Soon return to blasted earth.
one of the most hated things in Warframe, I would say. Well, not I don't hate it. It doesn't bother me anymore. But I guess one of the biggest turn-offs when you start the game is that you find out every new weapon essentially takes 12 hours to create, 12 real-life hours. And every warframe from the game, Warframe, it takes 12 hours to build all the requisite components. So, you know, assuming you do them all at the same time, that's just 12 hours. And then, assuming you start building the actual Warframe right away using those 3 parts, it's minimum 3 days and 12 hours. So, what, 84 hours of real lifetime? Like I said, it doesn't bother me anymore, but that's because I own, like, a billion Warframes and weapons, so I have tons of stuff I already want to play with. But when you're starting out and you only have, like, the one guy, and, you find out it's going to take you minimum 4 days to try anything new. Yeah, I mean, I could kind of see where the anger
The
comes
collector
from.
has landed. Make your preparations.
And to be fair, I don't think it's that unfounded to be upset at that early on. Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe they should make like a buff or something, or like a new player bonus where like the first 5 frames you build, uh, like get built instantly or something. I'm sure they don't really need like, you know, uh, that much help with getting people to play their game, because their fan base is pretty rabid. I mean, I'm pretty rabid for the game. It's one of the games where I play it like once, you know, every once in a while, and I always go back to it. I think I have like 2,000 hours for something, which isn't even that many hours in Warframe, for being real. I feel like I'm playing the game wrong, because all I want to do is throw the sword and shoot the bow, but yeah, Warframe is good. I would also say it's probably kind of annoying that you need slots to get anything in Warframe. I assume it's probably going to be quite similar in this game, where in Warframe you need like a slot for every frame and every weapon that you can only get by using the paid currency. But you could get the paid currency just by trading other players, so it's not that bad. And I will say, Warframe has to be maybe the most fair, what's the word? I don't know, like a economy kind of game where like a weapon slot is like a quarter or something, or it's like $1 maybe. Especially compared to the most recent example is the first Descendant, where it's basically Warframe and Destiny combined in terms of like gameplay mechanics and stuff. And they were egregious. For like another thing is you need to double your capacity for like most Warframes and weapons to make them like good, which requires a thing called like an Orokin reactor or catalyst, depending. And like again, those are like $1 each, and the equivalent in the first Descendant is like $25, which is crazy. That's like only for the most whaliest of whales. Like Moby Dick would love to hunt those people. And that's coming from me, who I probably have spent like this door doesn't fit in that frame really. I've probably spent like a couple $100 on Warframe. I'm not ashamed to admit that. It's a good game. I don't mind supporting it. I mean, with how many hours I've gotten out of it, like 2,000-ish. I've gotten less time out of $60 games. Well, obviously less than 2,000 hours, but you know what I mean. Like there's some $60 games I've bought where I played for 20 hours. And then I spend $60 on Warframe and play for another 180. Not that every game needs to be like, I don't know, like dollar to hour ratio. It really depends on, you know, if it's like an enjoyable time spent. I feel like trying to judge a game based on like how expensive it is versus how many hours of enjoyment you get out of it, like a good way to kind of like, I don't know, start thinking about it, but like you really have to kind of judge. I think a lot of people, also this is coming from your unemployed friend on a Tuesday, so take my words with a grain of salt. But for a while, I was like, every dollar should be like an hour of enjoyment, and you know, some games hold up to that, some games don't. And when it does, you're like, you almost feel justified in thinking that. But at the same time, like when I was working at the grocery store and I was making like, I don't know, like $12 an hour, I started thinking about like, will this game give me more than 2 hours of enjoyment for $20? Because if so, like that's...
Drop it. Good mode.
Okay. Because I was like, you know, 2 hours of suffering at work compared to like a $20 game that will give me like 4 hours of enjoyment. When I thought about it that way, I was like, you know what, that actually is like a decent deal. Especially like, you think about going to like the movies and you spend, I don't know, just say like $12 on like a movie ticket, and then like another $15-16 on like a one thing of popcorn, and then like $8 on like a drink. Is that worth it? It's like $30 for like a 2.5 hour experience where if one chud, like the row ahead of you, opens their phone like 18,000 times during the movie, your experience is ruined. That's not worth. You basically paid to get pissed off then. At least that's how I feel about movies. Movies are so hit or miss in the theaters. Which really sucks, because it is like kind of fun to go to a theater. Part of me was like, I don't want to record any of this game because I'm pretty terrible at it. Because I get distracted, walk up to someone, and then just hit me. But who cares, right? Who cares? It's funny, I guess. I mean, there's no stamina system. I don't think. Ow. There's like a stagger system. I just need to remember to heal. I'm so used to like having a shield in Warframe, I guess, that I'm like, I don't need to heal. I don't even remember anything I was talking about. Oh, getting killed by El Shieldador really took me out of it. I don't think... I mean, I'm just like a yapper. I don't really have anything ever to talk about. Most of the time when I'm talking, it's just pure nonsense, and I'll ask questions that make everybody upset because they're just pure nonsense and they're trying to do things, and I'm like, you know, what if you turned into a banana and a gorilla ate you? What would you do? I'd be like, shut up. Obviously get eaten by the gorilla. What else am I gonna do with banana? It's not like I have any agency as a banana. Woo! I'm glad you can still block and parry with your hand. I think if you see a golden glow, it means you can't parry it or block it, I guess. At least that's why I always dodge when I see that. Shooting your bow in this game feels very like Indiana Jones, where the guy's doing the crazy like sword maneuvers and stuff, and then Indy just like pulls out his gun and shoots him instantly. Like, there's not much they can do against it, it feels like. I'm so bad at this game. I was worried when I saw like the first previews for this game, because as a certified Warframe stan, I was watching all like the prime times and dev streams and stuff where they showed this game off, especially at like TennoCon last year, and things like the Game Awards, and all I could think was they're making essentially a medieval knight, like melee Warframe. You know, I don't want to just say it's just like, you know, it's just medieval Warframe, but they also did call it Soulframe. So like, you know, how am I supposed to not compare it to the other Frame game? But I would say that in Warframe especially, the melee combat has always been kind of clunky. Like, when you're in a Warframe and you're just, like, spamming the light attack button or, you know, just mowing down enemies like a one-man, like, lawnmower, that's one thing, but, then they... Maybe I should be fighting level 20 enemies. They added in, what's that place called? The Deviri paradox, where you're stuck in like your operator form, so you're basically just a normal human. And they wanted it to be like almost like Dark Souls-esque combat, where it's very like slow and methodical. I hate to say it, it basically just doesn't work. And I was really worried that this whole game was going to be based around gameplay that essentially just doesn't work for the game/engine they're using. But it's not as bad as that yet. I mean, like, it's no... You know, it's no Elden Ring or Dark Souls or nothing. Which has good combat despite its flaws of, you know, being like very much almost like a boss rush game at this point. But it's not quite Deviri Paradox combat either. Someone said avocado pit gives me the ick. What the hell does that? What the heck does that mean? Sorry. I mean, like, you don't eat the pit of the avocado, so like. So why would the pit give you the ick? You don't like taking it out? Oh, oh! As far as I can tell, you get essentially infinite revives. But I think you have a limited time to get back to your body before the bird dissolves into bird mist or something. I was especially like, I don't know, almost confused when they were showing off gameplay for this game, and they started throwing the sword. I was like, in what world does throwing your sword really make sense in, I don't know, a game like this? I'm not gonna complain, because it's dang funny. bow feels OP. I mean, I guess it is my magical fey powers or whatever. Whoa. Get rid of this guy. Ah! I thought I would kill him. I really did. I'm really, like, focusing. Something they don't tell you is it's kind of, like, hard to talk and play a game at the same time. It shouldn't be, because it's like, two different processes, but I guess it takes up the same amount of, like, brain RAM, if that makes sense. Because I'm used to, like, I don't know, talking to friends while playing a game. But, I guess maybe it's also different because I'm playing alone and talking complete nonsense. Because there's no one, like, to carry another part of the conversation, and there's no one to, like, I don't know, fill the silence with stuff or, like, ask questions to. It's all just me being, essentially a deranged person talking in their room about nothing and saying nothing worth saying. I mean, like, honestly, I know no one's going to watch this ever. I know no one's ever going to see this. At most, maybe someone will skim to this part in the video after I upload it, and my friends see, like, ah, Cody uploaded a video. Oh, that's my name. That's my real name, by the way. But like I said, probably no one's ever gonna see this, so it's not like I can dox myself. Well, I guess I can. I literally just did, but unless I timestamp this and, like, send it out to a million people, no one will ever know. I think if I time this, like, perfectly, I smite people with my sword. I love punching people. Not in real life. In game, in the video game that I am playing. I mean, pretty much in any video game I'm playing. I guess maybe if it wasn't illegal, maybe I'd like punching people in real life. I guess it's not technically illegal, depending on where. Like, I could, I guess become a boxer, and then it wouldn't be illegal. This is the first time I found out fall damage existed, by the way. I had climbed into this, I had gone all the way up to that tower, and I had jumped off the wall over there, and, like I said, my knees shattered upon impact, and, blood and bone went everywhere as I ceased being. Every time I think about, I don't know, fall damage, I think of this picture where it's kind of like an old picture. I think it was like some kid playing like a Nintendo game. They might have had like the Power Glove on, or it might have been, I think it was the Power Glove. But for whatever reason, their knees were just exploding out of their legs, and it just, I think, had the caption like "exploding knees." And I think I saw that picture a lot, mostly because I used to be a big, well, I still am a big, but I used to be a much bigger Dark Souls 1 fan. Back when, you know, Dark Souls 2 and 3 didn't exist and Elden Ring didn't exist. Essentially when Dark Souls 1 was the only Souls game. The one boss, Nito, holy moly. The one boss, Nito, to fight him, you would have to drop down into, like, his little cave. And, I think someone made, like, a comic about it, where I can see it in my mind's eye, is like a little stick figure man, and he hit the ground in Nito's boss arena, and his knees exploded out from under him, which is true, because everybody knows the first thing you have to do in Nito's boss fight upon entering the room is heal, because your knees explode out of your legs upon hitting the ground. Many a first-time player's first experience with Nito is probably falling into the boss room, watching a really cool cutscene of the, I don't know, like Lord of the Dead or whatever his title is, come out of his big coffin, and he looks scary. He has like a big bone beard made of skeletons and stuff. Then they hit the ground, their knees explode, it does roughly 40% of their health, and then I would say Nito's most opened with attack. You hear this horrible noise that's like, and then 1,000 red swords shoot up from under you. So I would say probably most people's first experience with Nito is hit the ground, realize you are now at half health because you slammed into the floor at 86 miles an hour. Your knees are broken, your ankles are snapped. You go to drink an Estus flask, and then you hear a scream, and Nito impales you upon his sword, and you die. And you go, well, that's bull sugar honey iced tea. I feel like that man shouldn't have killed me in one hit. I'm just gonna say that right there. Yeah, I love Dark Souls 1, but you know, I can also recognize that Dark Souls 1 was pretty not great in certain areas. It had a lot of good ideas, and a lot of cool bosses, and a lot of cool areas, a lot of cool designs. But man, people are right about how, oh, there's a guy up here. It really falls off in the second half of the game, because it's pretty clear that the game was rushed. Looney Tunes physics. It's pretty clear that they had to like ship the game at a point. Oh! Oh, this guy's only level 9. That's more my speed. Hey-ya! Shoot him. That's it. Shoot him. Shoot him to death. Yoink. My unending barrage of fists. Like, some of the second half of Dark Souls 1 is pretty good. Like, I would even, like, say maybe the Catacombs of the Giants where Nito is, like, still pretty cool. Like, it has, like, its own unique things. You're supposed to use, like, a spell or a lantern to find your way through, which is cool. But it also has a lot of, like, bad enemies that is basically just like a big skeleton dog in the darkness where the second you see it, it's already aggroed upon you and does an attack that is essentially undodgeable and unblockable and rips you to shreds instantly. I mean, the worst two by far probably are the Duke's Archives, just simply because the whole gimmick of the Duke's Archives is he traps you after killing you, and there's like probably a 60% chance you get cursed when he does that, as like the intended route. And look, this is this little guy again. And if he curses you, I don't think there's a way out of the jail until you escape. So like I can probably get out of there pretty easily by now because I just know the route and how to go. This looks like another dungeon. But like I know what I'm doing, but first time if you get cursed by Seath down there, you are in for a terrible time. Like it is not gonna be good. Where am I? The map looks not good. Especially since, unless you have like one of the few items to uncurse yourself, you are now half health with no way to undo it until you escape the archives, which is already like a hard ask to someone. Especially if you don't know the little cheapo gimmick ways to like skip a lot of the painful parts of it. I don't think you can kill the dogs. I think they just run away. Just saying, in case you were like didn't want to kill dogs, which is a fair stance to take. And by far the worst part of Dark Souls 1. Oh, what a cute little squirrel. Is what the heck is that place called? The Lost City of like Isilgorf or whatever. It's where the Chaos Witches go. Because that boss fight is horrific. The run-up is horrific. The whole gimmick there is you need a ring to not instantly die to lava. So it's like effectively limits your rings you can wear for half the fight. It uses a reused boss fight in the form of the, I don't know, Fire Sage. Which is, you know, reusing bosses and stuff ain't like that weird for a Souls game, especially as time goes on. Especially that boss specifically, because they're still using that guy's skeleton in Elden Ring. All the... what are they called? The Erdtree avatars? It's the same skeleton. If you've played one Dark Souls game, you know that they use that skeleton all the time. It's kind of like when you're playing a Monster Hunter game and you're like, this is just the Zinogre, but instead of electric, it's fire, and instead of a wolf, it's a cat, but it's doing the same things. You know, everything starts looking the same after a while. What level are these guys? Not high enough. 3. I hear someone else speaking. Am I allowed in here? This looks like a big door. There's an invisible wall right there, so I'm gonna guess no. That's for the expansion pass. Birds are going crazy. I'm sure everybody can hear the birds, because why couldn't they? Birds' chirps are like ear-piercingly loud. There's like little fellows just all over the place in some of these towns. As far as I can tell, you can't interact with them in no way. They're just like, they're kind of just like furniture, if you think about it. His hands look messed up. He looks like he's supposed to be like stoking a fire, or oh no, he's cleaning something. He's supposed to be cleaning a sword, perhaps. But I mean, he isn't. Now, did it just not spawn in, or is there like 4 NPC models that they're reusing everywhere? Time will tell. Time will tell. I think I'm gonna call it here for now, though. I had some fun. Hopefully anybody that watched this is at least like kind of interested in Soulframe. Maybe I'll play more. Well, I mean, obviously I'm gonna play more, but I guess maybe I'll make more videos. I don't know. I'm kind of just making these for myself at this point. Sorry, my voice is cracking because I'm not used to talking. I'm kind of a recluse in that I spend probably 18 hours of the day not talking, not moving, in like a comatose state where my brain shuts down, and I no longer exist in the flow of time that we know as mortals. I kind of like exist in a place outside time, outside space, looking in as a passenger on a voyage. Um, the normal stuff. So, if you did watch this far, that's crazy because I'm pretty sure this is going to be like an hour and a half long video that is going to get like 4 views and no one's going to comment. But hey, if you did, good on you. All right, that's me, I guess. Ravioli, Cody, whatever you want to call me. Have a good day.